Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
There's just so much to explore downtown, and if we don't do something about this homeless crisis, it will hurt our businesses.
Downtown business owners are demanding change as they open their businesses this morning. Many say they're doing so in fear due to persistent vandalism and harassment. More from the heated meeting.
We hear about it every summer, the dangers of mosquitoes and West Nile virus, and that's now hitting home for a Fresno family after a man died recently. We'll have details of the cases here in Kern County and how to protect yourself.
Another temblor shakes Ridgecrest area a week after school reopens and just a month after two of the largest quakes in decades. We'll tell you what the experts are saying about it, though. This is Friday. Good morning. Great to have you with us. August 23rd, 2019.
Yeah, it is finally Friday, everyone, and we've got a warm-up on the way. Let's check in with Kevin this morning for a look at your forecast. Good morning, Kev.
Good morning. Yeah, a slight warm-up as we head into the weekend, but yesterday we were able to keep it in the 90s. 97 degrees was the high, getting so close to the triple digits. The record yesterday, 109, set back in 1919. Currently, we're at 77 degrees, so a little warmer this morning. No winds to talk about, and let's take a look at our dog walk forecast. We are featuring Nova. If this isn't the cutest dog picture I've seen in a long time, Nova really wants to go out for a walk. If she's going to do it, got to do it early because you can see those temperatures climb into the 90s as we head into the noon hour and right near 98 by 4 o'clock. So Nova, get out there and get that walk in early. Here's a look at Tehachapi, 55 right now with an east-southeast wind today. And we take a look at the overall day, and you can see 74 at 9 and then upper 80s throughout the afternoon. We're going to talk much more about your weekend weather. That's coming up in a little bit. But first, let's get a check of traffic. Good afternoon.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. Taking you outside for the first time this morning to the 99 near 7th Standard, and it's looking pretty clear on that side of town. We do have one traffic hazard on the 99 at Airport Drive, so be mindful of that. It looks like there's a couple of cones in the fast lane, so just be mindful of that if you're headed out that way. Again, this is the southbound lanes of the 99 near Airport Drive. The good news, of course, is that this is not a terrible traffic hazard. Hopefully we'll get those cones cleared here pretty soon, but other than that, it's looking pretty good around the county. We'll have another check of your morning commute coming up in about 15 minutes.
Another strong earthquake rattled the Ridgecrest region. A magnitude 5.0 hit 31 miles north of Ridgecrest at 1:49 p.m. yesterday. It was centered underneath Naval Air Weapons Station China Lake, which was hit hard by the earthquakes last month. The ground continues to shake in the area this morning. Here's a look at the aftershock map in real time. We're not seeing quite as many aftershocks as last time. According to the USGS, there have been 12 aftershocks, the largest at 10:30 last night, measuring a 4.3. This quake happened the same week several schools reopened after making repairs from the earthquakes last month. It also hit exactly 7 weeks after the initial 6.4 July 4th earthquake. Today marks 7 weeks since the even bigger 7.1 quake shook the area on July 5th. Ridgecrest Mayor Peggy Breeden tells 17 News there are no reports of injuries or substantial damage. Meantime, though, a reminder, seismologists have been saying all along this would be normal. Here's a tweet from Dr. Lucy Jones yesterday. The M5 today is a Ridgecrest aftershock. Remember, we said a month ago that large, late aftershocks are common. It has its own aftershocks, so the next day or two should have a few M3s and has an increased but still low chance of another M5. Something good to keep in mind.
And we're learning more this morning about a late-night train derailment in Sacramento. A passenger light rail train and maintenance train collided just before 10 o'clock. 2 people suffered moderate injuries and 25 people are described as walking wounded. Though paramedics took 13 people to the hospital, investigators are now trying to figure out how this crash happened.
The man suspected of killing 20-year-old college student Molly Tibbetts is set to appear in court today. Tibbetts was on a jog when she disappeared last July. Christian Rivera is being charged with her murder. The hearing today will focus on his right to a trial within 1 year. Earlier this week, a judge granted a delay in a hearing on whether Rivera's alleged confession will be allowed as evidence during his trial, which is currently scheduled for November. Meantime, the man police believe is the Golden State Killer won't go on trial until next year. Police say DNA evidence links Joseph D'Angelo to at least 13 murders and more than 50 rapes across California in the 1970s and 80s. He was in court for less than 10 minutes yesterday. Lawyers for D'Angelo asked for more time to prepare their defense, and the judge agreed. D'Angelo will be back in court in late January.
A hail of gunfire in a quiet southwest Bakersfield neighborhood last weekend nearly hit a 2-year-old child. That's according to new court documents obtained by 17 News. The gunfight happened just before midnight on Saturday at a large party on Remington Avenue, just across the street from Quailwood Elementary School. Members of the Westside Crips and Country Boy Crips street gangs were there. Court documents say surveillance cameras caught part of the shootout. The documents say it started when someone driving by the home opened fire. That's when one of the suspects, documented gang member Jonathan Knight, fired back in the car's direction. Then Paul Frosto and 2 others ran to the front yard and started firing. Video shows J.P. Cheney walked to the front of the house holding a gun. No one was hurt, but bullets did hit several cars and homes. Investigators found 60 bullet casings in the area. This week, police announced the arrest of 5 people. 4 of them have pleaded not guilty and are due back in court in 2 weeks.
5:06 now. Business owners in downtown Bakersfield say they're tired of worrying about their shops falling victim to vandals. So yesterday, they showed up to the monthly Downtown Business Association meeting to vent. They're also demanding solutions from city representatives.
We are not supposed to be in fear to open up our business during the day. Our customers shouldn't be fearful of these people laying around. And when we close our business at night, we shouldn't just have to pray that our windows aren't broken.
City Council member Andre Gonzalez says the city's working hard to address the problem, but he's asking the community to be patient. The city's looking to develop a new shelter since the 2 existing ones are often full.
People are frustrated right now, and for good reason. This issue has grown not just in downtown, but it's grown all over the city of Bakersfield.
Downtown business owners are inviting the community to a cleanup event tomorrow. If you're interested in helping, meet at the Fox Theater at 7 a.m.
City and county officials will soon consider a new ambitious plan to address homelessness in Bakersfield. It calls for a major restructuring of the Kern County Homeless Collaborative. Under the plan, a paid staff of 4 would be hired to coordinate the city and county's strategy to mitigate the causative factors of homelessness. A new executive board will be appointed to handle funding and accountability issues. Proponents see the restructuring as crucial in the coordination of service providers and goal setting in response to what most agree is a homeless crisis in our community. The City Council and Board of Supervisors still have to approve the plan. You can learn more about this new restructuring plan for the Homeless Collaborative this weekend on Kern County in Depth. It airs tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here on TV 17.
Just a reminder, we still need your help to fill the tundra. This is a look at last year's event that helped stock the Bakersfield Animal Care Center with necessary supplies. They need things like toys and blankets, puppy pads, and paper towels. The full list is on our website, kget.com. Just click on the hot link icon to find it. You'll also get a certificate for a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts for every donation while supplies last. We'll have the Tundra outside our studios at 3 mornings next week, starting on Monday. We'll be live during sunrise, and you can drop off items then. We'll also be filling the Tundra at Bill Wright Toyota on Gasoline Alley Drive and North Bakersfield Toyota on Industry Parkway next week. And we'll be accepting items, of course, in our lobby as well during business hours, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. during the weekdays.
Yeah, they really rely on this event, because it is, we had to clear the shelters, of course, last Saturday, but the need goes on because you think about just because we cleared the shelters for a couple days, we know that it's unfortunately going to fill up again.
It's probably already full, there, is the truth. All right, well, still ahead this morning on Sunrise, cracking down on those driving under the influence. The agency's holding DUI checkpoints this weekend.
And not just in our own backyard, but around the world. The outrage over the massive wildfire raging in what some call the lungs of the earth. Welcome back. A Fresno County man has died after being bit by a mosquito. Fresno County health officials announced yesterday the first human death caused by the West Nile virus in the county. Health officials said they were also notified of a positive human case of St. Louis encephalitis, a viral disease spread by mosquitoes. The health department says there have been 26 positive human cases in Fresno County this year. So far in Kern County, there has only been one.
The local mastermind behind a social media post to storm Area 51 to see them aliens already prompted a warning from the Air Force after 21-year-old Maddie Roberts of Bakersfield created the original Facebook post. Some 2 million people signed up to break into the top-secret military base to see what secrets are inside. Now emergency managers and first responders in rural Lincoln County, Nevada, are preparing for huge crowds to converge near the famed Area 51. Officials in this sparsely populated county are expecting 2 alien-themed festivals to attract tens of thousands of people late next month. Joe Bartles reports.
We are a small operation.
At Grover C. Dills Medical Center,
We are the only hospital here.
they average only 3 emergencies per day, heart attacks and car accidents usually.
We see a fair amount of that because of the major highway that runs through here. So
They're preparing plans for something they've never seen before.
it's been stressful, a little frustrating because we don't know. It's the unknown for us. It's the unknown for this little community.
Hospital Administrator Missy Rao says extra supplies and medications are on order, and it'll be all hands on deck come September 20th, all 75 hospital staff members on the clock.
Luckily, we are blessed that our staff has all stepped up to say we will be here.
The medical center is in the community of Caliente, one of the tiny towns that emergency managers are trying to prepare.
30,000 people, that's about 6 times the size of our county population. And so logistically, that's going to deplete resources very quickly.
Authorities are telling people to prepare as if a hurricane is about to hit, gas up vehicles and stock up on food and water before people show up.
That poses a challenge for traffic. It's limited on data and cellular coverage out there.
Aside from communication chaos, the Lincoln County Emergency Manager says it's hard to prepare for the unknown and relying solely on estimates.
My biggest concern is the safety of our community and also the intention of those who are coming.
Medical trailers with trauma kits, antibiotics, and medication will be staged in Rachel, Nevada. The hospital says, based on state formulas, up to 150 people may require some level of medical attention during an event of this size, and they will be prepared as best as they can be.
That was Joe Bartles reporting.
You know, it's hard to believe because this idea started in Bakersfield and it just took off,
Yeah.
you know? I mean,
It had a life of its own.
Yeah, and it's, you know, of course, received national attention, and I mean, thousands of people that we're talking about that could be storming this area. It's hard to believe, yeah.
All right, well, it's a tasty treat, especially in this Bakersfield heat.
Yeah, and the reason you'll no longer have to wait until summer to get shaved ice from Snow Shack.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
You no longer have to wait until the summer rolls around to get this popular treat. Snow Shack's opening a brick and mortar location on Brimhall Road. It will feature shaved ice, acai, mini donuts, and more. The restaurant is holding a grand opening tomorrow to celebrate. Well, if you're looking for cheap airfare, you could be in luck today. It's National Cheap Flight Day. That means budget-savvy travelers can potentially snag savings on airfare. Online travel agency Cheapo Air says the airfares are at their lowest rates from now through mid-September. After that, you can expect airfares to spike up. Experts say this annual savings period is often overlooked as normal work and school schedules resume, but there's no concrete data to support whether or not you're better off purchasing tickets on Cheap Flight Day or any other day. Experts note airfare prices are unpredictable and can pop up at any time. If you have decent credit, you're probably getting credit card offers on a regular basis. But before you buy, money expert Stacey Johnson shows us some tricks of the trade so you won't get burned.
Credit card offers. They sure sound good. Rates as low as 0, cards with fancy names like gold and platinum. It's easy to fall for the hype. Until that is, you understand how these cards are marketed. Understanding credit card tricks of the trade can help you make better decisions. For example, while the rates may look low, those aren't a promise. The best terms only go to those with the best credit. Next trick, implying you're important with plastic that sounds special. Anyone can get a gold or platinum card these days. Doesn't mean a thing. Then there's something I get all the time, the small business credit card. Come on. You know, business credit cards don't have the same legal protections as consumer cards do. And they don't build credit for your business anyway because they're based on your personal credit. Next trick, pre-approved. That doesn't mean guaranteed. You still have the normal application and approval process. And finally, big bonuses. Extra points or cash back may require that you spend a certain amount by a certain time. Bottom line, don't give these companies too much credit. Remember the tricks of the trade and always read that fine print. We've got tools that will help you find your best plastic. You can just go to moneytalksnews.com and do a search for credit cards. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
Money Talks is brought to you by your local consumer credit counseling service. If you've got debt problems or just want some free budget counseling, call today.